Pac is back, ghost chomping at his feet. Pac's our hero, Pac just can't be beat, yeah!
Pac and yellow, Pac extreme, he's a chowing down machine. Yup, monsters, ghouls, and only one can stop him. Pac-Man rules!
The Pac is back, ghost chomping at his feet. Pac's our hero, and Pac just can't be beat. The Pac is back!
Carl and Damon here from Brrraains A Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial for short. And it is They Made What into a TV series. Episode 16, Jinxed of Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures. Written by Michael Mara. And I know, shocking. This episode is about jinxes. Now you might be thinking, what's a jinx? So it's basically just like a bad luck spell, so to speak. You say jinx and the other person, they kind of have to give something up. So like it normally happens, say two people saying something at exactly the same time. Jinx, like that kind of thing. Of course, and Pac uses to speak in the same thing as Jinx to eat Spiral's food. The ghost gang arrive and warn them that Brrraains has sent ghosts into the milk supply of Pacopolis so that anyone drinks it will be possessed. I freaking love this beginning. I love that we started with a plan already in play that is absurdly stupid, hilariously silly, and they're like, but it's also really clever to a degree. Like, I don't know why I like it. I just like it. And I love the fact that like it gets forward super quickly, but it's just like, I like that sometimes it means like things are just happening around us. We don't always have to be there.
Well, I like the fact that that the Brrraains' plan is at the start of the episode. Normally it happens half of the episode, and then it gives us like 10 minutes for Pac to save the world again. Now it's at the start, so now they've got a whole episode to basically to work out the whole thing. So,
well, yeah, no. I agree with what you're saying, but the fact is, well, it does sort of follow the same formula when it comes to the Jinx side of things.
Yeah.
But what I do agree with you and like is the fact that that's in reaction to the events that happen with the milk. So Pac, obviously, when he hears about the milk, goes off to save the day. Without the other two who are just like, yeah, good luck, Pac. Okay, why is it random when those two decide to help? Right?
Yep.
That this would be a good time to help because you would think there'd be a lot of milk supply runs happening. Like, all right, you go there, we'll go this direction to stop this milk being delivered and so on.
Yep.
Following the opening credits, we see Pac intercepting a milk supply truck and dealing with haunted milk. Having another plan foiled, Brrraains is furious after being informed by the Ghost Gang. So the Ghost Gang are playing a bigger role here where they kind of just go to inform Brrraains that his plan failed and things like that, while also telling Pac about what's going on and so on. It's a bit much, but there is their point to this, actually, for once. I do have a flaw, though. So we often do this, you know, like look at the last episode, the drill episode, Driver's Pac. If the drill thing works so well, why not keep doing it, Brrraains? But in several different areas and just never stop doing that. You will get there eventually, right? It was working really well. We've seen before the whole possess people. They can possess people. But the rules about it are really sketchy. One episode implies that maybe they can only possess when they get the opportunity. They can only possess when they're ingested. Like the ghosts have to be ingested, hence the drinking the milk thing.
Yep.
Except we see here one ghost literally just flies into a body.
That's right, yeah.
If it's that fucking easy, what's the problem? Send all the ghosts to go possess the bodies.
Yep. It seems to make it's being made up as it goes along.
I don't think they have like a whiteboard with a list of these are the rules we must follow. Like it doesn't seem to have that.
Yeah.
Anyway, Brrraains rightfully wonders how Pac always seemed to know how to stop his plans, but then he decides it's down to bad luck. You're an idiot.
You got to think at some point it's going to be revealed, surely.
Yeah, I think like it would be nice if because this is, to be fair, right, this isn't as bad as some of the others. When it comes to sort of concurrent story, I will say Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures does feel like it's a world that's moving forward constantly because we are getting here suspicions being dropped in the Ghost Gang. We do wonder sometimes whether how much time has passed between the next Brrraains attack. We're hearing like Brrraains talking about, oh, my plans are constantly foiled and all of this. We're getting like the sense, I'm getting the sense at least, that the previous episodes did happen. And we're
Yeah,
doing like
yeah.
a thing that's an order. It's not the strongest, but it's also not the weakest.
Mm.
But I'm saying at one point we should do a video where we rank all the villains of all the TV shows we've done to see who's
Mm.
just the dumbest. Now, Betrayers is no King K. Rool.
Mm.
He's no King K. Rool. King K. Rool might be the worst of the bunch just because of the dumb shit he did. I even think he's probably worse than Pester.
Mm.
The Raymond villain, we never really got to know him long term. Like, yeah, there's been quite a few.
Yeah,
But
but
I think
we both know that King Carol was a secret plan. He just wanted to be their friends. Had to be
we did
involved.
establish that in Donkey Kong. But Betrayers, what Betrayers has, though, is I think Betrayers might be the funniest.
Mm.
Like, the voice actor of him is fabulous. And
Yeah.
I like how he looks, and I think he's often quite funny. That, though, right? So Suspicion, he's just like, oh, it's bad luck. But Dr. Buttocks thinks otherwise, because Dr. Buttocks arrives, and he basically suggests the Ghost Gang might be aiding the Pac-Man. They deny it, so he has one of them bugged with a device. Basically, a device that will prevent them from telling Pac about Betrayers' latest scheme. This is really interesting. Watch this episode fuck this up royally. I'm really annoyed about how this pans out. So Betrayers' latest scheme? It involves a witch. Okay, this is different. And there is a really funny freaking joke about this is it a bit? I'll say it now anyway. But basically, it's silly. I think it's silly and Spyro, like, when you hear about a witch, they're like, that can't be real. And it's like, well, yeah, but we didn't think ghosts were real a while back. And it's like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, why the fuck not? Ghosts, netherworld, possessions, all of this is real. Why not have witches too?
Anything could be real. It's a fantasy world, effectively.
I like it. And there's a lovesick witch named Madame Goulasha, who is animated to look really traditionally gross witch with a big long nose. It's got warts on it and bad breath and you name it. She agrees to help provided Betrayers kisses her. So when she closes her eyes, he's disgusted by it. He naturally uses Butler to push his Butler in the way. She agrees, happy now, to give him a potion that will curse Pac-Man with a jinx. But Betrayers must agree to marry her. He's not happy about it, but agrees, and she heads off to get ready.
Quickly stop you there.
Yeah, go on.
Did you? Okay, when I saw that, okay, do you know what I instantly thought? That is the plot line from Robin Hood Men in Tights.
It's a plotline of many things, really, isn't it?
That is Rottingham getting forced to marry the witch.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. That is literally it. Yes. If you've never seen Robin Hood Men in Tights, do check it out. It's a funny comedy.
Yeah.
Betrayers sends a ghost covered it in the potion for Pac to eat, and orders the ghost gang to keep an eye on events. Again, I really like that plan. Don't send someone to try and give Pac-Man a potion. We keep it really simple. Send a ghost covered in it who will get eaten. Yeah.
Yep.
They head off, and Dr. Buttocks informs Betrayers that he believes the ghost gang are traitors. So, while playing sport, ghosts arrive, and Pac deals with them easily. One of which was the Jinxed covered ghost. So it's not even like a long-winded scene. It's just generally over and done with quickly. From this point onwards, though, now Pac has seriously bad luck, which results in some silly stuff for him to experience. And it's not like serious bad luck or anything like that. It's kind of like slipping over and things like that. So basically, the ghost gang need to tell Pac, but they realise they could be heard by Dr. Buttocks, so they're trying to be careful about what they say. All the hijinks continue as Betrayers tries to find a way out of the incoming marriage. Ghosts attack the city, and Pac has no choice but to get into the action even with his jinx, which results in the ghosts being quite confident about things and Pac defeated seemingly quite easily. All this while the ghost gang try to find a way to explain this to him. Pac is then saved by Silly and Spiral, and after they talk about the jinx, because basically Spiral blames himself. After Pac's block started to change, he thinks he jinxed Pac, and he thinks he's to blame for it. This whole section goes on a little bit long. It's like over and over again about the jinx, about the jinx, about the jinx, about the jinx. Right. And Silly, thankfully, is convinced something more sinister is going on. But we've run out of time and ideas and a way to actually finish this episode. The Ghost Gang get around the issue by holding up boards with words written on it that explain what happened without actually saying it. And I was like, that's the best we could do. Wow.
Yep.
Now aware of the issue, they head off to Cersei for help, and he uses a book of spells to fix him. This is a silly scene, and I did appreciate that it actually doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So how can he be saved? And in turn, save the city that is under siege? Well, Brrraains and the witch at the altar. And he freaks out. So I actually like this resolution because it's nothing Pac-Man does.
Yep.
It's we're at the altar, and it's very right. We don't talk about this enough, but sometimes, and it pains me to give the director credit because these days I think he's really, really bad. But once upon a time, Tim Burton was a bit of a genius, an imaginative genius with his artwork and styles and what his imagination conjured. We're talking A Night Before Christmas, Corpse Bride, all that era, Edward Scissorhands. I don't mean to insult his current body of work, but I hate the shit he puts out these days and has done for the last, 10 plus years. But once upon a time, certainly in the early 90s, all throughout the 90s, he was, sometimes I think some of the style of the Netherworld has a Tim Burton look about it. And this sort of marriage scene had me thinking a little bit of Beetlejuice. Do you know what I mean? Like that early of the first Beetlejuice,
Yeah, definitely.
But of course, we kind of know what's going to happen here. He doesn't want to get married. He really doesn't want to get married. So he ends up breaking the deal and insulting her heavily, which obviously upsets her, and she reverses the deal, turning the curse into basically Pac-Man being lucky. And Pac is now lucky enough so he's able to beat the ghosts, and and that's basically the episode. A fun little resolution that, we might see her again, the witch, we might not. It works for me. I like this episode, except the crappy resolution for the ghostly gang. But I also accept that they can't really do too much of that, as I presume and hope that it's a longer term story they're going to tell.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to think that maybe towards the end of season 1, maybe it'll get revealed or something like that they are. Or do you think that's too soon?
I think go further. We have 26 episodes in season 1 and 26 episodes in season 2, or 13 in season 2 and 3. That is a lot. Once you kind of reveal the Ghost Gang as being traitors, what do you do with them?
Or is it like maybe it's like a last episode sort of thing? Oh, by the way, we were actually helping Pac, and then I don't know.
I have no idea now. I don't think. Truth be told, I don't think we're gonna. I don't think it'll end in that fashion. The nasty part of me says no. Let's do a Mortal Kombat Conquest here. Brrraains just goes, I've had enough of this, and him, and he ends up murdering everybody. Even people at Dr. Buttocks are his version of Quan Chi and things like that. And but truth be told, we'll probably just get an episode that ends things in the same way Donkey Kong did and stuff like that. But we are some way away from that, but we are getting there, which is nice to feel. And Damon, I'm going to stand by this. Of all the animated shows we've done today, of the long-form animated shows, so Donkey Kong Country, Viva Pinatas, what else we done? Zelda, forget we did The Legend of Zelda and all of that. Yeah. This might be the best one we've done. From a storytelling, animation, voice acting, the whole thing is not brilliant, and it's going to drag eventually, but right now it's still enjoyable enough for me to most of the time actually pay full attention to what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, out of the 16 episodes, I think we've had a lot more positive than negative. So, and that's good, yeah. So,
no, that well said. That was episode 16, Jinxed of Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventure Season 1. What do you reckon? You got any thoughts? Just know what to do. Let us know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to see more content like this, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It is gratefully appreciated. You can find us over at gbhbl.com, our full website where reviews, news and so much more goes up daily. We're also on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, at gbhbl. Just search for gbhbl and you will find us out there. We also have merchandise on sale. You can access the shop via the website.